Hi everyone, Lori Whitlock here. Thanks for joining me today. I've got something fun to show you. We Are Memory Keepers has just come out with a really fun new tool called the Foil Quill. I got to see this demonstrated at CHA in January, or at Creativation I should say, down in Phoenix. And it's a really interesting tool. It's made to work with your digital cutting machine. So the Silhouette Cameo, the Cricut Explorer, and the Maker, and the Brothers Scan and Cut, and the Sizzix Eclipse. And each and every foil quill that you buy comes with the adapters for each of those machines. So if you have one of those machines, you'll be good to go. This is the fine tip heat pen. This is what they sent me to test out and show you guys. They also have a medium tip and a bold tip or a thicker tip. So I would like to try those others out, but I only have the fine tip to show you, and that's what this one looks like. It's this light pink one here. Inside the kit, there's a little heat shield so that you don't damage your cutting strip. You can place this under the tip of the foil quill when it's hot. Shouldn't damage it. Should have enough space in between, but if it did get pushed down into that, you wouldn't want it to make contact with your cutting strip. So what we're going to do today is make a wedding card. I've designed some sketch wedding files recently, and I've gone ahead and cut out a center step card base that I'll show you on my screen here in a minute which file I'm using for that. And we're going to use the black and some silver foil. They gave me some 4x6 sheets to try out. These foil also comes in rolls that you can buy. That works here with the foil quill. I've cut out just a little piece here that we'll be putting on our mat here in just a minute. The kit that has all of the foil quill sizes also comes with washi tape. I have some washi tape here that we'll be using to hold down our foil here in just a minute. So the first thing we're going to do, I'm not going to load my foil quill quite yet. We're actually going to do a little cut first. So in the center of our card, we're going to do a little piece that fits right in here. And I've played around with this just enough to know that it's easier to cut, so you can see where you're going to be foiling and place your foil in exactly the right place before you actually do the foiling. I actually tried to foil and then cut, and my foil actually ran into my washi tape. So just note, and I'm also going to work on my outer edge of my mat, so as it cuts and then comes back out, I'll have room to tape down my foil. I actually was working up in the top corner, and then I had to unload my mat, and then I couldn't make everything register again. So we're going to go ahead and load that in, working out here on the outer edge of our mat. We've got our auto blade in, our Cameo here, and we will load our foil quill later. So I'm just going to set this stuff aside for a minute and go over to my computer screen, and I'll show you what I'm using. So on my screen, I've got LW Center Step Card Wedding Birds. So we're just going to use some of the pieces from this file. So I'm going to go ahead and ungroup all these pieces. So select everything and select ungroup. And this is the card base that I've already cut out. You saw that cut out in white. And the only other pieces we're going to use is this little set here to embellish the card. We're not going to use the birds or the flags or the congratulations. So we'll just copy that. And I'm going to paste it into this other file. This is called LW Sketch Wedding Couple. And you can get these files at the Silhouette Design Store and also in my SVG shop at shop.loriwhitlock.com. So I'm just going to go ahead and put our little card base down here in the corner. And I'm going to move our little wedding couple off of the page for just a minute. We're also going to use our wedding day, LW Sketch Our Wedding Day, and I am going to right click that and release the compound path and delete Our, and just grab Wedding Day, group that together, copy that. We're going to paste that into our file too. We're going to use that down at the bottom of the card. We'll scale that stuff down and put it on the card after we go ahead and cut. So, well actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get it all designed now, because that way I won't risk moving anything later. So let's go ahead and scale our little couple down, and we need to bring those to the front. And our wedding day, we need to scale that down as well. And if you feel like you need to zoom in to see this a little bit better, Just zoom right in and get everything lined up and scaled just the way you want it. You want to make sure your lettering isn't going off the edge of the card. And we need to take that little couple down just a little bit more in size. Okay, so let's go ahead and center all of that. Oops. Okay, and I'm going to move them up just a little bit. Sometimes when you find it difficult to select things, it's easier to highlight over both and then shift click on the outer item so you can grab what's inside a little bit easier. Since these are just outlines, there's really no fill for you to grab, so sometimes it's kind of difficult. Anyways, now that we have that set up kind of the way we wanted, everything centered, you can kind of scooch things around just a little bit if you feel like they need to move over because of her veil just a little bit. Get things centered the way that you're happy, and we're going to go ahead and send this to our mat. And we certainly don't want to cut all of that, so we need to make sure we highlight wedding day and the couple and select no cut. So make sure it looks like that on your screen before you send this to cut. And then we'll go ahead and set this up for, I'm using a pretty heavy cardstock, so a textured heavy 80-pound cardstock. And let's go ahead and keep our speed up. We'll do one pass. I think that should be good. And I'm going to go ahead and send that to my cameo. Okay, I'm going to test that, make sure it all cut out nice and cleanly. And actually, I feel like it could be a little cleaner, so I'm going to send that one more time for a second pass. All right, that looks like that did the trick. So it's cut out really cleanly. I'm going to go ahead and remove my blade and go ahead and get my foil quill set up. I'm going to go ahead and place my little heat shield under here so that I don't have any damage happen under there. And for the silhouette, it requires the little number A adapter. So go ahead and screw that out right onto the foil quill and load that into the number, or the very first slot, the red slot here on the left, and lock that in place. And then this is a little USB, and so it needs a little power in order to heat up that tip. So I'm going to go ahead and plug that into an external USB. Do not plug it into the port on your silhouette. It's not made for that. So make sure you plug it into a USB hub, a cell phone USB that's plugged into the wall, something that you can use to charge something like your phone or an iPad or something with a USB. Go ahead and plug that in so this light comes on, and then that starts to heat up. So we'll want to give that just a minute to heat up. While it's heating up, we'll go ahead and put our foil in place. So I've got my foil here, and this is where my design is going to be. And I just want to make sure that I put my foil in the right position and that I don't have any washi tape touching where I want it to actually foil. So I'm just going to be real careful not to get the washi tape too far onto my foil. And you'll want to make sure to put the matte side down and the shiny side up. The matte side is the side that's actually going to transfer the foil. You can kind of see why I cut that out first, so I could see exactly where I need this foil to be. If you don't do this, it's kind of a little bit tricky. So now we have our foil down. You just want to pull things nice and tight, and our foil quill should be heated up. I'm not quite sure how long it takes, but we'll go ahead and go back over to our screen and make sure we get everything set up to send. And you want to make sure that you remove the little heat shield before you send. So just remember that. So we're back over at our computer screen, and now we want to take everything and select it, and I'm going to choose cut on everything. And then I'm going to click off and just select the outer card portion and click no cut. And now we need to just set everything up to sketch instead of cut, because we don't really want it to cut. We want it to sketch with our foil quill. So go ahead and click sketch, and we're going to do a speed of 5 and a force of 18. That sounds good to me. So I'm going to go back over to my Cameo. I'm going to remove my little heat shield. And I'm going to go ahead and hit send. So now my Cameo is going to go over and start sketching out this design. Okay, and look at this, it's all done. So I'm going to actually peel back the foil just carefully and see if it looks like it did its job. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and take my washi tape off. Oh wow, that looks awesome. Got just a little bit of extra foil, but that dust comes right off. That's just from where the tape was on the foil. But look at that, that looks really cool. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take these pieces off. And these little side panels, wouldn't that be cute to do some little decorations in the side panels? We've got our card base, and we just can go ahead and glue our little front panel on. I think this is a great way to make some really elegant projects with foil. I would really like to try out the medium tip and the heavier tip because I think this looks really cool, but I think it would look even cooler with a little thicker line to it. But I don't know. I mean, this looks really great. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, and I'm going to put some links down in the description so that you know what files I've used to make this project, and you'll know exactly where to go and buy the foil quill if you're interested. I think it's a really fun tool to add to your cutting machine, and I think you'll enjoy using it. If you have any questions or comments or have any projects that you make using the foil quill, please feel free to post them here on my YouTube channel or leave me a comment on my blog. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.